This is the Ramana Maharshi satsang, a time to listen, reflect, and deeply meditate. Know yourself and be always free and at peace. Welcome. I'm Richard Clarke. I'm not a guru or a teacher. I love Ramana's teaching and so want to share it. I'll be reading from and commenting on the Ashtavakra Gita, chapter 11, verses 1 through 4. In these verses, Ashtavakra teaches Janaka about wisdom. Ashtavakra said, existence, non-existence, change. This is the nature of things. Realizing this, stillness, serenity, and bliss naturally follow. One who knows for certain that self creates all and is alone becomes still, desireless, unattached. One who knows for certain that adversity and success come and go in obedience to destiny becomes content. He neither desires nor grieves. One who knows for certain that birth and death, happiness and misery come and go in obedience to destiny sees nothing to accomplish. He engages in non-action, and inaction remains unattached. Let's explore these verses where Ashtavakra speaks of wisdom. Verse 1, chapter 11. Existence, non-existence, change. This is the nature of things. Realizing this, stillness, serenity, and bliss naturally follow. This verse points out that everything in life, including existence and non-existence, is subject to change. By recognizing the impermanent nature of things, you can move beyond the fluctuations of life and discover an inner stillness. You can know what does not change within yourself. This knowledge is not merely intellectual. It brings a deep sense of peace and a serenity and bliss that is not dependent on external circumstances. In your spiritual practice, knowing the transient nature of all things and the changeless nature of yourself leads to inner peace. When you stop clinging to what changes, you can rest in the unchanging reality of the self, experiencing true serenity and bliss. 11.2 One who knows for certain that self creates all and is alone becomes still, desireless, unattached. This verse emphasizes that everything arises from the self and that the self alone is real. When you truly know this, the agitation of desires and attachments naturally fade away. The mind becomes still, because it no longer chases after illusions or gets caught up in the drama of life. The recognition that the self is the source of all allows for a profound inner stillness and detachment from the external world. Understanding that the self is the source of all creation and the only true reality brings a sense of peace and detachment. This knowledge helps you become free from desires and attachments, leading to a more serene and contented state of being. 11.3. One who knows for certain that adversity and success come and go in obedience to destiny becomes content. He neither desires nor grieves. This verse teaches that both adversity and success are temporary as life moves through you. Recognizing this allows you to remain content regardless of life's circumstances. When you understand that life's ups and downs are inevitable and beyond your control, you stop desiring specific outcomes or grieving over losses. Instead, you cultivate a steady inner contentment that isn't shaken by external events. Knowing your changeless nature, you are free of everything that changes. This verse is a powerful reminder that true contentment doesn't depend on external achievements or failures. By accepting that everything unfolds as it will, you can free yourself from the cycle of desire and grief, finding a more peaceful and balanced life. 11.4. One who knows for certain that birth and death, happiness and misery come and go in obedience to destiny sees nothing to accomplish. He engages in non-action and in action remains unattached. This verse highlights the inevitability of life cycles such as birth and death, joy and sorrow. Recognizing that these are all part of the natural order and unfold as they will, you realize that there is nothing to achieve in the conventional sense. This leads to non-action, not in the sense of inactivity, but in the sense of not being attached to actions or their outcomes. Even when you do act, you remain detached, understanding that everything unfolds as it should, including what seem like your own actions. For someone on the spiritual path, this verse encourages you to let go of the need to accomplish or control outcomes. By embracing non-action, you can engage with life without attachment, allowing you to move through the world with a sense of freedom and peace. These verses from the Ashtavakra Gita teach the importance of understanding the transient nature of life and the reality of the self. By embracing this wisdom, you can cultivate inner stillness, detachment, and contentment, leading to a life of peace and freedom. So know yourself and be always free and at peace. And now a video from Nome, Reality of the Self.
In eloquent teachings of the most sublime nature, Sri Bhagavan has revealed the reality of the self. To adhere to those teachings, to follow them, to put them into practice, is actually to become them. For the instructions, when properly comprehended, all revolve around this solitary existence. Of the nature of being, consciousness, bliss. What are you to do? Know the nature of you. That which is to be revealed is really never hidden. For existence cannot be hidden from itself. And there is not another from which it can be hidden. You exist. You are. Realize that you. Know that you are. Know that the nature of that being. That being is not a thing, not embodied, not conceivable, free from individuality. If this quintessential knowledge is realized, then you know what is to be known. Then you've experienced what needs to be experienced. Or may be said to have realized what needs to be realized. Then all the temples are your home. And your temple is everywhere. And then all the holy events celebrate you. And every moment is sacred. And then all the mortals bear your own face. Yet you remain formless. All the prayers are answered. All the meditations have reached their peak. And the perfect fullness, which is your own nature, shines always.
All right, and now we'll take a few minutes to inquire, to make what we have heard our own direct experience. You exist. Notice that you exist, and you know that you exist. So inquire, investigate within yourself. Can I experience the stillness and bliss mentioned in these verses? What can I release to experience the stillness? How can I practice non-action while remaining engaged in the world? What can I do to cultivate detachment from the outcomes of my actions? Who am I? What, what am I? What is the nature of my existence? What exists? All right. And we'll close with a chant. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you for joining me for this satsang, and may you have good inquiry in the week ahead, and I'll see you next week. Namaste. In 40 verses on reality, Ramana Maharshi explains the nature of the self, the ultimate reality, and self-inquiry. My new book, with my comments and inquiry questions, opens these teachings up and brings them into your practice and experience. Available now from Amazon. Link in the video description. These videos bring Ramana's teachings into your direct experience. Click subscribe to see more. Click thumbs up to like, and send questions and start a dialogue with a comment